is this ice that's overlaid.
Recommend you having a look at this. As you see, there's loads of locks already and stuff, but yeah. And
cars obviously are in big trouble. Ford Mondeo could be cancelling their production this year in America, of course. Then they say that Europe and the rest of the world will follow. So could this be the end of Ford Mondeos? Potentially Ford full stop. Obviously they're a car manufacturer, so they won't have any say on what goes on in terms of Brexit and all that jazz. But things could look hairy, like my hair. Yeah, things could look a bit worrying for car manufacturers in the UK and all that jazz. So yeah, but in this episode we're looking to the future. We're looking at saying goodbye to petrol, which is a huge sadness because I'm a petrol head myself. I love cars, and nothing, and I mean nothing, beats that Ferrari engine of any Ferrari, of course. And don't forget the roaring Ford Mustang. I love all the engine noises. I never drove a car, of course, but I just love the look of the cars, the loudness, the petrol Mustang, and all that jazz. But yeah, it is a sad time for the future. It depends how you see it, really. I mean, if you see it like how you fancy it, like how maybe you might fancy the technical types of cars, like the AI side of the cars, where you don't have to do anything. It drives itself. It's autonomous. If you don't know what autonomous is, it's self-driving cars and all that. And yeah, so if you fancy flying cars, and I mean flying cars, I don't even know where to start with that. That's for a different episode, of course. So yeah, but flying cars, AI within the cars, so you can't control the car, and yeah, a little bit of the future in the video game, Detroit Become Human. If you haven't played it, play it. It's epic. And yeah, so cars in the future are going to be electronic, without a shadow of a doubt. And eventually, the electronical AI super advanced cars will outrun predictions of the petrol cars. Then we could see the end of petrol cars as we know it. But before I carry on, here's a little reminder of what I'm talking about. And here are some techie, superistic cars.
What's up, everybody? Drew Prindle here from Digital Trends. We are here on the show floor at CES 2019 checking out the Bell Nexus. I am here with Chad Stecker of Bell. Chad, what can you tell us about this crazy flying car thing behind us?
It's exciting, isn't it?
It's absolutely.
Well, this is our answer for urban air mobility. This is the Bell Nexus. So this is drawing upon the strong lineage that we have with tilt rotor technology and looking at different configurations, right? So we normally see VTOL aircraft in an open rotor or a tilt rotor configuration. What you'll see here is a 6 ducted fan configuration, which helps with safety, noise, many other factors, approachability. So what you'll see here is a 4-passenger plus a pilot configuration. This is a concept vehicle. We're actually actively developing the prototype aircraft right now.
So from what I understand, I mean, you mentioned that there's going to be a pilot in there, but from what I understand, it seems like you're actually moving toward a setup where there actually doesn't need to be a trained pilot in the craft. Is that correct?
Correct. And actually our prototype aircraft will be fully autonomous as well.
So can you tell me a little bit more about what you've got here to show off that kind of the path toward that autonomous future that you're thinking about?
Yeah, so we have the technology today, and like I said, we have the prototype aircraft which will be fully autonomous. We believe that just due to customer acceptance and perception of the aircraft and autonomy, that the early adoption of that will have to have a pilot interface, but we're working the path to a fully autonomous aircraft. Also, other key features of the aircraft is we have a hybrid propulsion system provided by our partners with ReaN. So you'll have a turboshaft engine that powers a generator, which provides high voltage power out to electric motors in the ducts themselves.
So is this going to be something that eventually is going to be simple enough that people without pilot licenses are going to be able to fly?
So they actually won't fly the aircraft itself, it'll be an autonomous aircraft, right? So it'll be a connected version to a system. Right, so you'll go point to point. You'll be able to load the aircraft at a vertiport or other site and fly to your point where you need to be. A lot of that is the connectivity through the system and the autonomy of the aircraft itself. So what we're doing is trying to greatly simplify air travel and bring it accessible to common general public like you and I.
So this is a prototype behind us. How long until we get the real thing?
So we're targeting mid-2020s for certified air vehicles, so we're looking at 2025. We'll have the prototype flying before that. While we're not getting into specific timelines around that, we'll have it flying well beyond 2025.
So there you have it. Just wait a few more years, sometime in the mid-2020s, we might have flying cars that take us where we want to go.
It's not just muscle cars, sports cars, and pickup trucks at the Detroit Auto Show. Infiniti brought a futuristic concept car that shows the direction its design department will take in the coming years. The QX Inspiration is a design study that shows how Infiniti can design cars in the era of electric and autonomous vehicles. It shares almost no styling cues with current members of the Infiniti lineup. It also doesn't have a grille, and there is new Infiniti lettering in case you forgot the kind of car you're driving. Inside, there is space for 4 passengers in a lounge-like atmosphere that's as luxurious as it is spacious. Infiniti has not released technical specifications. All we know is that the QX Inspiration is entirely electric. There is not a gasoline or diesel engine to be found anywhere under the bodywork. We don't expect the QX Inspiration concept will reach production as is, but certain elements of it could trickle down to production models in the coming years.
Mercedes-Benz is sitting out the 2019 Detroit Auto Show, but it's not keeping quiet during the first half of the year. It traveled to CES 2019 to introduce the brand new second generation CLA. It's a fitting venue for a car that's considerably more high-tech than its predecessor. The CLA remains a design-led member of Mercedes' growing family of compact cars. Stylists took the front end in a more aggressive direction by giving the headlights and the grille a more angular design. When viewed from the side, the CLA boasts a fastback-like roofline reminiscent of the third generation CLS and frameless doors. The rear lights are also CLS-like. To us, the 2020 CLA looks more mature than its predecessor. Inside, upmarket variants of the CLA benefit from the Mercedes-Benz user experience infotainment system displayed on a high-resolution 10.25-inch touchscreen. This artificial intelligence-powered software adapts itself to individual users by learning their habits. whether it's a phone call made at the same time on the same day every week or a route driven regularly. Natural voice recognition technology lets the passengers navigate the software's various functions. They're also able to use the touchscreen or a touchpad located on the center console. At launch, the lineup will include a single model named CLA 250. Power comes from a brand new 2-liter 4-cylinder engine turbocharged to deliver 221 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. Front-wheel drive and a 7-speed automatic transmission will come standard, and Mercedes' 4MATIC all-wheel drive system will be offered at an extra cost. The 2020 Mercedes-Benz CLA will begin arriving in American showrooms in late 2019. Pricing information will be released in the weeks leading up to its on-sale date.
Hey, this is Nick Moke. I'm here at CES 2019 and we are at Byton. Byton is actually a Chinese manufacturer that made a big splash at CES last year by rolling out the M-Byte, which is actually a competitor to Tesla. And they're back this year, not with a new car, this is actually the same car, but with a new crazy interior concept. You can take a look around. I feel like I'm sitting in the deck of the Enterprise. It's pretty futuristic for a couple different reasons. I want to point out a couple different features here. The biggest thing you see, obviously, is this massive screen that just consumes the entire dash. This is a 48-inch screen. It's actually not a touch screen because you can see here, I mean, it's way too much effort for me to actually try to reach it. So the way you control this is with these cameras built in here, which are gesture controls. So as you wave your finger around, it's not working right now, it's in demo mode, but there should be a cursor on here which would allow me to interact with the screen. There's actually 3 kind of different screens broken out on there. On this side, it's all the driver's controls. You can even see like the rear view mirror is there. It's using cameras rather than an actual mirror. The middle screen is kind of a multi-function screen that can do nav or even display like spreadsheets. I don't think you'd actually want to do that. And then over here, you actually have like an entertainment screen for the passenger. You can also see, as if that weren't enough screen for you, there's actually a screen in the middle of the steering wheel. And though I can't really move the wheel very much, you can see that the screen is fixed. It doesn't turn when the wheel does. There are a couple hard controls here, I guess for to keep it familiar. They have your park, reverse, neutral, drive here on the steering wheel. But other than that, this is a totally new design paradigm. You can see it's in demo mode, so I haven't been able to really try it out. But as I mentioned at the beginning, it feels completely futuristic. And the craziest part about this car is they're actually going to show off the real production model of it in June at CES Shanghai. So this is not even all that far off from production.
Yes, of course, cars are going to be the thing to look out for in terms of the future. Obviously, the future is coming. Humans will be on Mars soon. So, yeah. But my thinking of the whole future for cars is what I just said earlier in the film, in the episode. That eventually manufacturers like Ferrari, Lamborghini will all have to go hybrid or electrical. And yeah, I see a future in the year 2040 where cars are fully electric and there's absolutely no sign of petrol cars. And yeah, it's going to be a sad day when no petrol cars are available around the world. I mean, are not available around the world. But what does that mean for motor racing? Who knows? So for what I'm saying here is obviously what I'm talking about with the Ferrari and the Mustang. Here are what could be gone in the future.
Deze kant op voren.
That could be the end of the petrol cars. Obviously, petrol cars are gonna be running out of petrol on the road. But in terms of motor racing, I have not got a Scooby-Doo because motor racing depends on petrol power, and I don't know what on earth will happen in motorsport. Will motorsport run out of petrol? I mean, will motorsport, like Formula 1, will that go fully electric? Then, obviously, there's concepts in the future for Formula 1 that will show robots controlling the F1 cars instead of humans. And then, that takes charge of the discussion. AI, they're going to be huge within the next 10 years. 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. I mean, what on earth is the future going to be for cars? I don't know. So, unfortunately, I know episodes like this has gone a bit downhill recently, but I'm trying my best. I don't plan ahead of these episodes, so yeah. Obviously, the future for cars could end, and when that happens, it'll be a sad day. A good day for the planet, but if petrol cars ceased to exist, what will the world be like then? Thank you all for watching. My name is Sam ReaN, and without further ado, thank you all for watching. Subscribe, leave a like if you liked this episode, and comment below what you want in the next episode. Obviously, the next episode will soon be coming up, so let me know what you want to see in episodes to come. Potentially what you want me to add in episodes. Like if you want me to add someone, like a guest or someone. I don't know if I can do that, but if you want me to add anyone, like, I don't know, a dog or but yeah. Switching the focus now back to the cars. Yeah, so petrol and diesel cars, in my prediction, will end in the year 2040. And then everyone will have electric. I mean, by 2040, if my predictions are correct, no petrol diesel cars on Earth, all electric. And by the year 2050, people will forget about petrol cars. That's my prediction though. I'm not a fortune teller, I can't tell the future, but we can all hope. So thank you all for watching. My name is indeed Sam ReaN. Thank you all for listening to me rabbit on basically. Yeah, thank you all for watching. Diolch yn fawr iawn.